Welcome back. So you've probably seen a bunch of new videos on the iPhone 12 Pro and how the cameras are the best that we've ever seen in a new iPhone. Of course, until the 12 Pro Max comes out. But it's not all good news with the new iPhone. And in this video, I'm going to cut through the hype. I've had the 12 Pro for about a week now. And as someone who's owned the 11 Pro and the XS before that, I'm going to give you my honest advice on what I think of the camera system and help you decide if you are thinking about upgrading to the new 12 Pro. So take a look at this colorful sunset taken with the 12 Pro. Look at the vibrant orange colors, and it looks pretty nice. Now let's compare this to what we would get with the 11 Pro. And notice how on the 11 Pro, the colors are similar, but not as vibrant. And this is also not very accurate to how it actually looked. It seems like Apple is falling into Samsung's old trap of oversaturating colors. But there's more to this. In reality, the colors weren't orange like this at all. They were actually more pinkish. And to show this difference, take a look at this shot that I took with the Sony Xperia 1 Mark II. Now these colors are the most accurate out of the bunch, and you can see the pinkish purple colors of the sunset, which is exactly what I saw. And it's worth noting that this image is just a standard JPEG. There's no auto HDR or smart HDR or any sort of processing like that. So I really hope that Apple can make their smart HDR a little more smart, because we're still seeing colors that are off. Also, I have a proper comparison coming with the Xperia versus the iPhone 12 Pro. So if you're not subscribed already, now's a good time. There's a lot more interesting tidbits that I'm going to share that you won't want to miss. Also, take this moment to like this video. All right, now let's switch over to the video side of things. Now the 12 Pro can take some impressive HDR footage with the Dolby Vision processing. And with that, I found myself wanting to go out, in the sunlight to get some of that really sharp contrast between, shade and light. And what I noticed was that I'm getting a lot of flares from these lenses. And in a side-by-side comparison with the 11 Pro, I'm getting even more flaring with the lens than I had before. And here you can see I took an image, the same image from the 11 Pro and the 12 Pro, and the 12 Pro flared on this image when the 11 Pro didn't. And this is really disappointing because we've had these flaring issues with iPhones for a while now. And now that we can take video, HDR, as well as in low light, it's really obvious that this is an issue. And the problem with flares is that they're almost impossible to edit out of your footage if you have them. So I'm really hoping that Apple will upgrade their optics in the future to be a little more flare resistant. Also, the Dolby HDR footage is tricky to work with right now. And you'll notice that a lot of YouTubers are just recommending shooting in standard dynamic range, which kind of misses the whole point of having HDR in a phone like this. I have more to talk about on this topic, so we'll save that for future videos. Low light video performance is better on the iPhone 12 Pro cameras, but it's not a drastic difference. And this is honestly a difficult area for smartphones to compete in, given the small sensors. And if you really want something better, I would really look at getting a dedicated camera, like the Sony ZV-1. So overall, if you have a 11 Pro, I don't think the 12 Pro is a significant jump for many. It's not as significant as the jump from the XS was to the 11 Pro. It has a similar triple camera system, similar display, and the same notch that we had before. The key advantage is the ultra-wide camera, with its improved clarity, distortion correction, as well as night mode. Take a look at this shot of a fence with the 11 Pro. And this was in a lower light scene when the sun had already gone down. Now compare this to the same shot with the 12 Pro. You'll immediately notice the distortion correction being applied. But as we zoom in on the 12 Pro image, you'll notice that the clarity is also quite a bit better. Both of these cameras have the exact same ultra-wide camera hardware, but we can see that the deep fusion, distortion correction, all these software upgrades are really making a big difference with the ultra-wide camera. So if you shoot a lot with the ultra-wide, it might be worth the upgrade for you. And for those of you with an older device like a XS or older, the ultra-wide is really the biggest reason to upgrade if you really want that wider field of view with your images and video. I hope you found that helpful. More insightful iPhone 12 Pro coverage is coming, including testing of the 12 Pro Max. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single video. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.